how you actually get relief from your back pain, from your herniated disc, from your sciatica. Because so often people will say something like, oh, I tried this exercise that I got at the physio, or I tried this thing that I got, I did at home, and I didn't feel any different. It must not work for me. And it's often because our perception of how this thing actually works is faulty. We've not been informed on how exercises actually work to help us, how these things are actually supposed to help you. You should also be doing this for the treatments that you might be having. If you've got a discussion with a surgeon, how precisely is this microdiscectomy going to help the healing that needs to take place of the annulus fibrosis? How exactly is this injection that you are going to have, the epidural steroid injection, going to help the injury? These are the kind of questions. How exactly is the laser, the chiropractic adjustment, the physio treatment, the massage? How precisely are these things helping the injury down here in my lower back? This is a really, really important thing, because that way your perception of how the thing is going to work is going to be so much more accurate to how the thing works. Now, everybody's looking for a quick fix. Everybody has the expectation that things are going to fix after this treatment, after this stretch, after this exercise. And that's fundamentally not how these things work, especially if the exercises are there to deal with the root cause of the problem, right? Granted, there are some funny, quirky little hacks that you can do to get into a funny position, and all of a sudden you feel an awful lot better for a moment. But we wouldn't dream of thinking that's actually helping us heal. That's not making us better, even though we feel better in the moment afterwards, until we then move in such a way that causes us to have a flare-up again, and then we are reminded that the injury is there. Again, the sprained ankle might well not feel so bad right after we've injured it if we just elevate it for a little while. Now it's a bit throbby, but it's not so bad. Then we put our foot back down on it, we strain the tissues again, and all of a sudden it starts to become painful. So it's important that we understand these things effectively, so we can't be disillusioned by what we're doing. So the very first thing I thought I'd be worthwhile covering is the 3 different types of stretches that you might do. Stretches or relief practices are things that we are hoping are going to help make us feel better, more or less instantly or immediately after we've done them. But they are going to provide us some momentary relief. The first type is a relief-based strategy, such as the towel decompression or the bed decompression, that actually take pressure off the injured tissue. They're doing something to help support the healing process in the injured tissue. The second order going to be those that have an indirect effect, meaning if you do some effective hamstring stretching, or you use a massage gun on your leg muscles here and ease the tension in those muscles, that will have often an immediate effect of making you feel better. Then there's the third type, the type you guys need to steer clear of. Those are the kind of stretches like the knee hugs, like the child's pose, that are simply rounding the lower back, opening out the space on the back part of the spine, but serving to actually make the problem worse.